Hi, I just recently came out within the last like month. So I'm just gonna talk about my coming out story and what happened with me. I know everyone has like a different thing, but this is just how everything played out with me and my family and everything. So yeah. Well, what happened earlier that day was my friend came out with to her parents and she was really stressed out. So she wanted to hang out with me and just kind of like calm down a bit and relax. Well, I pick her up and I'm like, Mom, I have to go. Something happened with her. I need to leave. So I left and like we're hanging out. We were gone for a few hours, and it was that. Nothing really happened. I was just talking to her and I was like, yeah, I wish I like could come out soon. She was like, you should. I just did, and her parents weren't very accepting of it. So I was just kind of like, whatever. And then I after we hung out for a while, I took her home and it was just kind of whatever. And then I went to my house, and by this time it was like 9:30 at night. And I was like, "Oh, where were you?" And I was like, "Oh, she came out to her mom finally." And because my mom already knew she was a lesbian, like I already told her, because my mom doesn't care about that sort of stuff. And so mom was like, "Oh, that's cool." She was like, "You have a lot of gay friends," and I was just like, "Yeah, I know I do. It's whatever." And she was like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "Maybe," because that's the kind of mood I was in at that moment. And so it's kind of like, yeah, like me saying yeah without saying that. And she was like, rant. And then I like went to hug her and I was like, yeah. She was just like hugging me tight and she was like, it's cool, I'm fine with it. And so that's what happened with my mom and this wedding. It sucks. And so I was just kind of like, whatever. And then I kind of just went down to my room and just, sorry, it's over right here. And then so I just kind of went down to my room and it was whatever. And then she sent me a text saying like that she didn't care, it's cool, and she's fine with it. And then I went back upstairs like a couple of hours later to get food, and my dad was just like, well, my mom started like going on like, you have a boyfriend? Like, what's going on? Like, tell me more about this. And then my dad was like, just leave him alone. It's whatever. So my my dad knew because mom probably told him. And then I was just like, it's whatever. I don't really care. Then my brother, I think, just kind of found out like through that, but he doesn't care either. I don't think. I don't even know if he knows. Okay, sorry. The song keeps bothering me. But so that happened, and then my mom told my grandma, and my grandma just kind of texted me. She was like, "So you're gay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And that happened, and my grandma was pretty cool with it too. Like no one really cared because I have a gay aunt and a gay cousin, and so I kind of knew how everyone was gonna react to that. So I focused on that first. Like, okay, how is everyone like? Is anyone gonna say anything to me or anything? But no one did, so it was kind of cool. Like everyone at school already knew because I didn't hide it there. I just never, I just hid it here, but I didn't have to hide it that much. I just didn't talk about my relationships and such. Like at home, like I never did, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like back when I dated girls, I never even talked about anything, so my parents didn't really find anything different. And then I don't know, they still don't know about anything. I don't tell my parents, so that's whatever. And then I just kind of didn't really feel the need to tell them too much since I never did, and I'm probably not going to. And then like a lot of people already knew. Like I told a few like cousins, like yeah, I like boys. And then everyone at school knew because I never tried to hide it there because I did not care what people at school thought. I just cared about what my family thought. So everyone at school already knew. I could go to school with a few cousins, and I think they knew because I didn't hide it at school. So they were eventually found out just by going to school with me. And I didn't really care because I knew it was going to get out eventually, like, whatever. But my family found out, and I was just like, who cares? I don't care. Nobody cares. So that happened. And the people, like the family members that I think will care, don't know. I'm just gonna wait for like my mom and my grandma both know like who's going to care, like too. So we're just not gonna tell them right now. We're just gonna wait and see what happens. Like, wait till I go to college and tell them when I'm not home and don't have to deal with them. So in like a year, I'll be gone. Next year I'm a senior. So the year after that, I'll just be like, yo, I like dicks. And then I won't have to deal with them because that's what's up. And then that will be it. Because I don't want to have everyone freak out around me. And that will be it. I think this is it. My life hasn't changed that much because it's just now that everyone knows I like dicks. Because everyone already been guessing and saying, I think he does like boys. And now I just kind of was like, yeah, I do like boys. And everyone's just like, okay. And my family's been treating me like the same, like they don't really care. And then people at school, they just knew from the start. So they didn't really say anything. Because I never really publicly came out. I just kind of came out from the beginning. I never like made a huge thing like, oh, I'm gay. And everyone was in shock. I was just like, yeah, I'm gay. Like from the start, like I didn't hide it, but I didn't show it off to everyone because I knew some people weren't going to agree with me, so I didn't really tell everyone. I just was like, there's just another thing. It's like when you meet someone, you don't automatically tell them like your shoe size or something. It just felt like something that wasn't important for me to like tell everyone. So I was just like, it's okay, I don't care. Straight people won't come up to straight people and just be like, hi, I'm straight. So I didn't feel the need to say, hi, I'm gay. So that's what I feel like. You don't have to tell everyone you're gay. You don't just say anything about it. If you don't feel comfortable saying anything about it, don't lie and say you're straight. Just kind of be like, it's not that big of a deal. Because really, it's not. So, that is my coming out story. I hope it helped you, because it didn't really mean much. Because my family is pretty accepting of everything, so yeah, I hope you have a nice day, and goodbye.